aspects. The process of scientific research consists of or it starts from identification, definition of problem, and we shall see in next PPT what problem is in research. Actually, your research has already started. PhD students do not need to identify the problem newly, or your problem definition is also completed. And as you have already obtained the registration for PhD, now you cannot change your problem. But can you claim that you have identified your problem with the on the basis of intensive study? And this is very important. If you are not done it, you do it at this moment also, because PhD is not the end of research. PhD may be a starting point of research in future, and you better know what is importance of research in career in sciences. That is why what problem you have identified, is it given by somebody or is it identified by your own? Have you defined your problem completely? Can you say that what are the aspects of your problem? Only experimentation in laboratory does not mean your research project. We should understand all the aspects of your problem, and we should understand what is not done, what is not known in the area of your problem. And this is very important. And research starts with identification of problem. What this identification means? Identification means thinking, observations, and thinking again. Critical thinking is the starting of research. Identification is very important before defining the problem. And for identification, intensive study is also important. That we should, at this stage only, we should be understand to specify the research gap. Without research gap, we should not choose the problem of research. And when we go to for next stage, and then we face the problem. Oh, we have selected a wrong problem. That is why before deciding your research problem, we should do intensive study of that area, and we should find out the gap, what is not known in this area of or field of this topic. That is why identification is also a step in research. Identification of area of research, definition of problem, that is problem statement. That statement has to be precise one. This all you know. Second is setting up objectives. This step is not mentioned in many books, but every research must have some objective. That objective may be in the form of questions, may be in the form of affirmative statements, or what you actually intended to do must be defined in some points. Objectives part is very important, though it is mentioned in your report or not mentioned in your report, it is different part. It depends on your guide or the examiners. But without setting up objectives, you cannot proceed further. Actually, we should know what we want to achieve through this research. And it may be in 5, 6, 7 points, but we should understand what are the aspects of research. Identification and definition of problem is important. And after that, on the basis of that identification, we should be able to set some objectives. And without objectives, we cannot go ahead. That is why we should know what is our objective for this research. And this may be 5, 6, 7. But those objectives must also be specific, and on the basis of those objectives, we can go further. The literature review part is also important, and this is the part of your thesis. Actually, many students know what research problem about, they do not know whether that research problem is correctly chosen, or after some process has completed. Many feel that this problem is not okay, but let us not go into that. But what is the aim of literature review? Many students that do not know what for literature review is there. I have told in the first two slides only, without knowing the area of research, what is exactly existing today and what is to be found out newly, how can you choose your problem? And that literature review has to be done in many stages. When we write it in our thesis, that is different stage of literature review. But without literature review, we cannot choose even problem. Before choosing or identifying the area of problem, defining the problem, we cannot do it without literature review. Literature review is very important part in the research process. So far as our thesis is concerned, there is a chapter of literature review, but many students don't understand why for this chapter is. And this chapter always catch the students in the plagiarism also. Because many students tries to copy in the literature review part. Literature review part is the gist of whatever findings are done by the earlier researchers. Literature review means the area already researched by the other researchers and the conclusions formed by the other researchers, and we have to define our gap of research. On the basis of literature review only, we justify our area of research that nobody in the existing researchers has done research in this area. It means I am not repeating the research of others. And that is why all over the world, if somebody has done research, whatever you are doing today, then that research is not called research in the PhD level research phenomena. That is why literature review has to be at many stages, and literature review should start before identification of problems. And that is why before identification of problems, we should be able to find out research gap, and on that basis we can choose the problem. On that basis we can have objective, and formally you can write literature review in the form that this researcher has researched in this area, but he has concluded this much, and he has not touched the subject which I am undertaking for my research. That is why literature review is the proof of research gap, and research gap is very essential for doing research at PhD level. On the basis of identification of problem, definition of problem, and objectives and literature review, we can formulate the hypothesis. Like the literature review, hypothesis is also very gray area or difficult area in the research. Many students feel difficult. What is hypothesis actually? When we study the research area and research topic in detail, then we can think in our mind what is our purpose of research and what will be the tentative results. With you will see that before starting your research methodological process, you are thinking of your results also, and this is very dangerous for the research done in many universities. When the hypothesis is already formulated and the hypothesis is already constructed, many students conclude that the hypothesis is true only, because whatever is thought in their mind, they say that it is proved, and they say that I have got the actual data which prove my hypothesis. But this is not so. hypothesis is base of research. Hypothesis shows the way of research, and hypothesis just a conclusion, tentative conclusion of research process you are undertaking. And it is based on the problem, study of problem, objectives, literature review. And without these previous aspects, hypothesis cannot be formulated. And hypothesis is just a tentative conclusion in mind, assumption in mind that my research will go in this way. I will experiment in this way, and it will give me the result. These are the assumptions or presumption of results in mind before doing or before starting the experiments. It means it is tentative explanation or presumed results. And hypothesis is necessary for the research in sciences. It is not actually needed for social sciences research. Many students include in their research hypothesis for social sciences also. But it is difficult to prove hypothesis so far as social sciences is concerned. But in physical sciences like physics, chemistry, maths, biology, hypothesis can be proved. Fit or unfit, may be fit or unfit. But whatever we put before starting the research process, considering that this may happen through my research, that is hypothesis. But what is hypothesis means? It is in the form of statements. We set up objectives. These are affirmative statements that I want to achieve this, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve this through my objectives. But in hypothesis, we say that this will be the result. And that result may not be true after experimentation. Then we say that this hypothesis is rejected, and alternatively, hypothesis could not be proved. It may happen that hypothesis cannot be proved because science demands truth. Whatever result comes before you, that has to be your research results, not whatever was considered by you. In sciences, whatever happens at last, that is the result, and that is the truth. It should not be considered that whatever is in hypothesis that should be proved. Hypothesis is not to prove. Hypothesis is to test. This is the difference. That is why formulation of hypothesis is also an important stage in research. We shall see, remind again these three steps: identification and definition of problem, setting up objective, literature review, formulation of hypothesis. These are very important stages in every research I say. And for every PhD, students must understand these stages. Though you have gone some steps further, but you just think over these stages at this point also. After formulation of hypothesis, here I have mentioned experimentation. But there is a step of research design. And without research design, you should not experiment actually. After hypothesis, the human part comes to an end and the actual research process part starts. That is research design. And in that design, you should plan your research, what is to be further steps, and how to collect data, how to do the experiments, what would be the techniques of data analysis. These things are to be decided in the research design. And many students do not prepare research design, and this is lacuna in the research. After hypothesis, every student must be able to prepare his own research design. And research design is the flow chart or planning of doing research and going further into the research methodology. Is it not essential for every researcher? Yes, research design is must because something should be put on paper before doing your experiments. And the research design must be prepared in detail because it is planning of every aspect of doing research. Actually, what I see, many students are not particular in their research, and this is the fault or flaw in the research process. At every point of stage, research student must be very serious and loyal to or integrated to the research. Without that, you cannot be a good scientist. It may happen that you will complete your research and you will get job and you will complete your service tenure also, but it will not make you a different scientist. To be a different scientist, we should be very serious at every stage, and without that, we cannot go ahead. In that way, research, the preparation of research design is also very important because before starting experimentation, we have to decide what techniques of data collection, what techniques of data analysis are to be applied. After observations, we should not think of data analysis. We should plan all the process at the stage of research design only. And I am confident that many of the students have not completed the research design process. And that is important. Though it is not included, it may be included, but it may not be included even in your thesis, but it should be at your aid. That research design is very important. And so far as sciences students is concerned, the theoretical part of research is very limited. You have to do research practically and find out whatever are the practical results. And that is the through experimentation and recording observations. I cannot explain this aspect in detail because it has to be done by you only and under the guidance of your supervisor or guide. But in sciences, experimentation can be done and observations are recorded. On the basis of that observations, you get the data. In social sciences, survey method is undertaken, interview, and many methods are there, sampling, different methods are sampling, etc. But in sciences research, experimentation is must because it can be done in laboratories and in controlled environment. And that's why science research in sciences is somewhat exact and true. Results are true, can be verified objectively, and in social sciences it cannot happen. But experimentation in laboratory is very essential, and experimentation is a very serious part in research process. Recording correct observations is also a very important part. And it may be observed that while experimentation observations are recorded, but are they recorded as the results show? It may happen that you have your own hypothesis, you have theoretical part that if we do this, these results are obtained, and if these results are obtained, our research hypothesis will be accepted. And in consideration of your hypothesis, you do experimentation and record observation. Experimentation may be done honestly, but observation recording also should be done honestly. Whatever you observe must be recorded. Observation should not be manipulated because you will not be able to do research after the completion of your PhD if you are not loyal to the cause or you are not honest in your process. That is why only experimentation is not important. Correct observation, recording of observation is also important. And so far as data is concerned, for sciences, there are very few ways to collect data. One way is to have empirical data that comes in literature review, and you can have some data which is in existence in some research articles and research already published research. But you have to obtain your own data through experimentation and recorded observations. While doing this experimentation or collecting data in social sciences, we have to think of means, personnel, source, what sources would be there, what are the means, time and budget. Time and budget is also important for science students, but other things are not much important for your purpose, because social research is done on the basis of many assistants also. In sciences, you have to do your own research and you have to do your own experiments. That is why sciences research. But you get data after recording the observations. And after having the observations, you have to analyze the recorded observations. And for that, you can have softwares, or you can get help of computer applications for analysis that now the softwares are available in the market. And through the observations, we can define relationship between variables. In your research topic, you have to define variables which are dependent, which is affecting, which is independent, and you have to establish the relationship between the variables through the statistical techniques. This aspect of statistical technique is also important for every research, social and scientific research. And so far as sciences research is concerned, it is critically important. After statistical analysis, we draw some conclusions or inferences on the basis of interpretations. And on the basis of that findings, inferences, interpretations, and conclusions, we verify or test the hypothesis which was formulated at the earlier stage. And after testing the hypothesis, we have to mention whether the hypothesis was true or not true. If it is true, then it's okay, your research will be completed. If it is not true, then what verifications are needed, you have to mention, and you have to put the next stage. But when the hypothesis goes wrong, can you be able to generalize your theories? This will have limitations. That is why hypothesis testing is a very critical and important stage where you have to be honest. And without that, you should not complete your research. Otherwise, you will not be able to give the correct results. And after testing of hypothesis, the conclusions are drawn, theories are formed, laws are established, and these theories or laws are generalized. The generalization is very important for science research in sciences. And on the basis of generalizations only, we get theories or laws, and that is for the purpose of all the public. And we report the research on the basis of research process we have adopted. This was all the research process we have undertaken till the moment. I have all this discussed what is research problem and hypothesis also I have discussed. That is why I will not repeat that part, because we are switching to the end of the time. But I discuss of some sources, research problem. He said that when we get for the students, the problems are available because UGC, ICSSR and many institutions announce their projects. Sometimes it is part of professional duty also. Professors, academicians and researchers undertake the research. So for economics, market analysis, sales management, educational degree. These are all the sources of research problems. What is this? This is just means that through these sources we have to do we get problems and we have to do research. But this is not all. Though you are a student and you are intended to complete your PhD, these are the ways to have research problems, because they specifically give the research area. In that area also, you can have innovative ideas while formulating the problems. And though the problem statement is given by some institution, we can add our innovative ideas into that also, and through that we can which will help us to undertake the research and find out the expected results through the research. Actually, research is a continuous process. There is a word preposition which is hypothesis. Statement, general statement, which is not to be tested or which not. There are many things which cannot be discussed within this limited time. But we have tried to have the idea of research at this stage. We can conclude our discussion within 2 minutes. In first stage, we have understood what is the relationship between science, research and knowledge. And we have concluded that this is a cyclical process. The science comes from research. Science means knowledge. Again, at next stage, somebody feels that this is not complete knowledge, I should go ahead. New knowledge comes through the research. Again, new things and new laws are established. And then this research process continues. That is why it is called as research. We have understood the definition of research. In Indian languages, research called Sanshothan, Anveshan and Anusandhan. These words correctly give the definition of research. After that, we have studied the research process, and we have also seen the area of research methodology, and beyond that, there is also research process. Half part of research process is not covered by the research methodology, and that is why research is an art. Research depends on individual personality, individual study and individual understanding, because identification and definition of problems, setting up the objectives, literature review, hypothesis, and preparation of these things are done before time. These things are dependent on individual personality and individual understanding of the researcher. And afterwards, we have seen the process. Process is also important, and we can conclude the process into some stages. So far, the research of science student is concerned, we can say identification of problems and definition of problem is common to all. Setting up of objectives is also common to all. Literature review is also common to all. Hypothesis is not common to social sciences. It may have some in some projects that social sciences also formulate some hypotheses, but generally social sciences cannot have specific hypotheses, and it is difficult to test those hypotheses. But in sciences there is hypothesis. Research design is also very important for all the type of researches. And after that, there is difference between research in science and research in social sciences, because under controlled environment, experimentation is not possible for social sciences, but it is possible for the physical or natural sciences. And this makes research in natural sciences different from the social sciences, because they can experiment their subjects or their topics under controlled environment, and can record exact observations, and on the basis of those observations they have to the research students of sciences have to it may happen that hypothesis may not be accepted always, but at that time you have to modify your hypothesis and again do the research. But hypothesis is not for proving, it is testing. Hypothesis is meant to test, not for proving. As it is, yes, I have proved my hypothesis. This should not be the style of research. After recording observation, we have to employ some techniques, maybe statistical techniques to infer or to interpret the data. And on the basis of inferences, interpretations, we can conclude. And on the basis of findings and conclusions, we test the hypothesis and we get the results. On the basis of those results, we generalize the results. It becomes theories and laws. And afterwards, we have to report the research. This was the total process of research. As I have said, research is a continuous process. And at large level, societal level, it is a continuous process. That is why it is called as research, not for individual. Individual also has to do research continuously, but not for same topic. He has to add something new for every time. That is why at large scale, wider level research here I have given a diagram, theory or existing knowledge. Then the inductive method, through that we go to generalization. There is deduction method, through that we can test the hypothesis, or we can in detail formulate the theory. Induction means generalization from a theory to generalization, and deduction means from the generalization to theories. And this happens through experiments, observations. So this process goes on and on. And I'll ask to all the students, please do not think that the PhD is the end of research. I say that PhD is the starting point of research, because before PhD, the science students do not think of research. And when they start PhD, they just start what research is, and they complete PhD, they think that it is the end of research. But I will appeal to all these that think that PhD is research. It is to know what research is, and the real research starts from completion of our PhD. And this is the very important message from today's lecture. Whatever I was intended to put before you, I have done that. Now